All right, the first stock we're actually talking about, we didn't really
Can
get
we
to
blow,
the
just before you
earnings.
stop, can you blow that up more, that window, so we
Yes,
can see a
I
little bit
can.
better? Blow up the
Let's do it.
change window.
Boom.
And blow up the change. Can you just grab
Yeah,
that
I
specific window
can.
and
I
make
can.
that
I can.
bigger? Yeah.
I can. The
Because
only
we
thing is the text. So I'll put it back here and I'll try
do it to
to.
there just to see. So we haven't even talked FedEx. So go right to the top of the screen. Your number one mover of the day, which didn't get any love on this show, is FedEx. It is trading up unbelievably 11%. Unbelievable quarter. The market gives zero craps right now. Obviously, they care about FedEx, but the market is not rallying. You would think the market would rally on this, but the market is so concerned about the banking situation that everything is just hiding here. This was a great quarter for FedEx. FedEx can be a driver of the overall market in normal times, but right now the banks just have control of the entire market. But wow, what a quarter. Joel, quick technicals on FDX.
We got a lot to go through here. I'm just going to give you the pre-market high at 29.95. That's right near a nice round number like 230. So that's the target on the upside. Next.
All right, just to give a recap, that was a beat on EPS, miss on sales, EPS guidance going forward. They brought it up. So just to kind of mention that, and also on track to deliver $4 billion in cost reduction. Moving forward to the next stock here, this is going to be MSTR. And of course, this is cryptocurrency stock, right? They do other things, right?
Today, which we haven't talked about either. The Bitcoin rally has been incredible. Again, tech, it moves with tech. We know that.
It's a NASDAQ stock, isn't it?
It is. But it also has the narrative of the anti-banking system. And with the banking system collapsing, people are like, I'm taking it out and I'm putting it in crypto. There's people doing that.
I heard people talking about
this
that. I was like,
they're pumping it on the internet.
This is what Bitcoin was built for. So if it doesn't rally in this environment, and it is rallying. So that's, the good news here. So you can't be surprised that Bitcoin is rallying in this environment. This is Bitcoin's environment right now. So you got MSTR number 2. That's trading up, obviously, on Bitcoin prices. We know Coinbase is trading up $4 here this morning. You can go through all the big guns, the Maras, the Riots. Those aren't the big guns anymore, but they used to be. They're all trading up substantially. That's a Bitcoin trade. What's next?
259.78. I just want to give you 259.78 is your pre-market high. Use that as a target. And then that's not even the high for the month, though. The high for the month is 68.55.
All right, there you guys see the next one get to. We already talked about it, but Baidu on watch today, of course. And I also see another stock on here, another China stock that I'll put on watch, PDD, up already too. So keep your eyes on maybe these two. Do we get a little bit of a China tech rally? Let's keep it going. Let's go to the GLD here showing up. What do you guys think about gold trade? It keeps going higher, at least GLD here. What do you think, Joel?
Defense.
Defense. I mean, this has been an incredible run. I'll just look at the gold futures, 1975.20 as a target on the outside. And oh man, I almost feel like getting rid. I've had this gold for a long time and been through its ups and downs. But let me see what the high close of the move is. High close of the move. Wow, is 1942.80. That's my key number in the gold market.
Bitcoin, silver, gold, these are defensive anti-banking system trades.
Yeah, the nugget.
As long as the banking system remains fragile, these bids sustain. Now, what happens is if the banking system stabilizes, and it could suddenly do that, that narrative could change very quickly.
All right, this is kind of like a leverage trade. If you want to look for leverage day traders, you can do gold with NUG-T. You could take a look at that. Let's keep going. Next one I wanted to talk about was cold. This one's also kind of the ultra short for natural gas. My boil traders out there, what happened to natural gas, man? I'll tell you one thing. I stopped that trade. I stopped even looking at the trade. It's on the ban list.
It's on the ban list. We don't trade natural gas anymore.
At least for me, it's on the ban list.
Mild winter, really. I mean, we had some vicious snowstorms, but temperatures were very mild. We had records here where I'm up in Georgian Bay, record highs where we saw actually, and typically in the middle of February, you're like up here, 10 degrees, 5 degrees. We saw 52 degrees one day. So don't kid yourself. Natural gas is definitely correlated with what the weather patterns are. It was a mild winter. Yes, there was some vicious snowstorms, but overall, the temperatures were mild.
All right. There was one that was on this list. It just disappeared, but I'll still bring it up, which was U.S. Steel. You guys know I talk about
Man,
it.
we missed all the stocks today. They raised guidance.
What did we do today?
What did we do? We didn't do anything. Thank goodness for TradeZero showing us everything that's up here, because here we are, just la bank land, and there's some good news stories here today.
Yeah, they provided first quarter 23 guidance. U.S. Steel sees Q1 EPS to 58 cents on the low end, 63 on the high end versus a 41-cent estimate. Momentum continues to build in North America full flat rolled market. This was commented by the CEO, Dave B. Barrett. And so you guys see it. Nice little move here. I'm going to be watching. I have seen these pull back last couple of days. And you guys know how I always talk about it. Is X going to give it to you?
2480 was yesterday's high. That's right where we're trading in the pre-market. If you want to look right instead of left, you hold 2380. Your next daily high comes in at 2601. Guys, I'm going to let you finish it up. Everyone, be careful out there. You can maybe trade down your size a little bit, because you can still make or lose a lot of money. And we'll be back. We're definitely doing a pre-market prep with stock odds today, and the closing print. When they get Mr. Chaikin on the closing print to see what he has to say about that. Triple D, maybe he'll sneak in for a few minutes too. All right, everyone, have a great day.
All right,
flip them, Mitch. Let's see what's down.
I wanted to go. I wanted to go
Mitch.
one more
Okay,
TLT. Because what do you think about this trade,
Defense,
Dennis?
man, these are all correlated. So again, you've got to understand your relationships. Right now, everything is the market's playing defense some days, offense other days. As much as tech has been on offense, just for the simple reason is that they feel like that's the safest place to be if you want equity exposure. That the common sense place where people go is gold, silver, and bonds in the TLT. And if we think the Fed is not going to, or if they're going to pivot sooner or potentially even pause, that is a green light to buy the bonds. And that is what you're seeing happen. TLT sells off a little bit yesterday. They buy it right back here today. So bonds right now, again, I'd stay away from the corporates, some of them, because they're a little bit scary. And we've seen some of the preferred stocks, which are full of bank preferreds. You got to be careful with a product like the PFF. For that reason, there's too many bank preferreds in there. But just sticking with the corporate bonds or sticking with the government bonds, that's where money naturally flies to for safety. So it's not surprising.
Yeah, we'll see what happens there. Nice little chart there. Can it get back above 108s today? I'll keep an eye out on the TLT. Multiple highs going towards 107.60 area. So I'm going to look to see if we can close above 108s today. Here's your down gap list. There's, of course, SRTP at the top here. Sarepta Therapeutics. Appreciate that. But definitely getting destroyed here. What happened here?
And I follow this stock closely as well, and I follow this story for years here. So it was unexpected here, and if you want, we can just go to the pro here and tell you about it. But shares are trading lower. I just read you from the pro, so I don't butcher it. After the company said the FDA has decided to put a public advisory committee meeting on its SRP 90001 BLA. So they're talking about more risk in the drug here. So here, you're looking at potentially. Putting, when they're having, you never want these committee meetings on your trucks. That's, it's sometimes not a good thing when they're looking at risk here. So they're concerned, obviously, about the drug. Stock is trading down 19% on it. It's actually a 1.5% weighting, I believe, in the XBI. So if you're looking at why XBI is down a little bit more relative to the market, Sarepta will be hitting that down a little bit here today.
And then there's one last one that I wanted to take a look at just on my watch list today is BX for potential maybe downside action. What do you think about this chart, Dennis? I wanted to get your outlook.
It's come back a long ways. If I was in BX, I would sell it if the banking system is having problems here, you think, okay, well, Blackstone, but they got some financial exposure here too.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
It's had a nice bounce back. I actually think it's coming back into major resistance around 90. I think this is a sell.
Yeah, that's what I think too. And I'll be watching to see what happens there in Blackstone. Like always, you guys can keep up with everything, of course, here. And if you guys are looking for an extensive inventory of short locates, check out, of course, TradeZero's flagship software here, Zero Pro. And of course, you guys can get 3 months off here. I'll throw up the link here, and we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Any last comments, Dennis?